Yeah, no, put us on Old Takes Exposed. One Piece was a hit for Netflix. I was shocked that it was a hit for Netflix. They got some things right that I wasn't honestly expecting. And now I'm starting to see these images come out, Christian, for the Last Airbender series. And they look great. The trailer looked great. Way better. Way better than M. Night Shyamalan movie that we got ages ago. If anything, the child acting seems like it's better from first watch of the trailer. The child acting seems worlds better than we got in the M. Night Shyamalan interpretation. So that should make a worlds of difference there. Last Airbender, second time around. It's a full series. You excited?
Oh, yeah, dude. Very excited. At first, I was scared to know that the original creators left the writing team. I was pretty scared about that. But after seeing the images and after seeing the trailer, dude, Netflix got me, man. I'm really hyped for this. And I truly believe that we're now going to see that Netflix is righting the wrongs of making dumb adaptations into
Yeah.
live adaptations, because One Piece was a hit, dude. I loved One Piece. I was very surprised at how good that was. Now I'm excited for a second season of One Piece, but the Last Airbender, dude, it looks dope. I'm excited
See,
for this.
you mentioned dumb adaptations, and yeah, I think for us, some of the ones we mentioned and why we were worried about like One Piece was Death Note was not great. We talked about the
Yeah.
Death Note movie in comparison to what we thought One Piece was going to be and what we thought potentially even this Last Airbender series was going to be. We didn't like Death Note. They just completely ruined Light Yagami and just made him some weird emo kid that I have no idea what he was not even smart enough to be in a whole thing with the police like as in the original series. That's another argument for a different day. So that was the issue. Cowboy Bebop, I thought there was potential there. Like I thought it could have been cool, it could have been neat. They did some things that I liked, but I didn't love the series overall. I didn't even finish the first season. I found out what happened in the last couple episodes off of like YouTube and was not impressed. But like this, One Piece again, like it said, such a hit, like beautifully adapted. The visuals was great, and that was one of my big concerns. Like the visuals, like I thought that was going to be a shortcoming of theirs. Surprisingly good for a Netflix budget. Surprisingly good. So you talk about like something, the scale of the Last Airbender. You talk about visual effects needing to be on point. Again, trailer wise, looked great. The visual effects look great, and it looked like it's going to be a hit from that point of view. I don't know if there's going to be some CGI lapses throughout the course of the series. I hope not, but it seems like they were able to get the water, fire, earth, wind effects all in play, which is practically the most important thing you can do, right? Like if you're going to have these like elemental powers, you got to make them look good. You got to make them look good in live action, which has always been like my hesitation on these live action adaptations. That's why I don't think like Dragon Ball Z series can really work in live action, because I'm like, will the light beams not really translate that well in live action? That's been a concern for me. Maybe we'll get to a point down the line where that stuff like works, but maybe this is a stepping stone. Who knows? For that, I don't know. I'm scared to even think about a Dragon Ball live action after the one we got. But yeah, I mean, I think that we're seeing some positive strides by Netflix here. I think I'm gonna be tuning in. I'm gonna be excited for it. The Last Airbender is such a masterclass series of animation. Just like everyone loves it, and the fact that it was so popular that Legend of Korra was even like a smash hit as well just tells you how beloved the series is. So I hope that the trailer isn't just all like sizzle no steak, right? Like when we actually get to the series.
Yeah, I really hope that the show is great. Well, the CGI just looks so good, and finally the air bending, the earth bending, the water bending, the fire bending looks amazing. Thank God it's not like that M. Night Shyamalan one where they're doing all these tricks just to move a small pebble. This one is like, no, they're moving mountains. They're moving mountains with that air bending. You know what I mean? So, dude, I'm so I'm so hyped
the
for it.
interpretive dance type moves that they had to throw in there just to do like the most basic maneuvers. Yeah, we're so bad. And like I
Yeah,
said, the big
dude.
shortcoming of that movie was just like the child acting. And that's hard. Honestly, finding good child actors
Yeah.
is just straight up hard in general. So I don't like to come down on like directors, and certainly I don't like to come down on the kids as much because they're just
Mhm.
at the end of the day kids. But at the same
Yeah.
time, it's one of those things that comes with the territory. It's like I'm casting a kid role. I need you to be on point. I need you to be good. I need you to be a professional actor. Again, a lot of pressure for a kid, but I'm sorry, like if you're playing Aang, then there's a lot of pressure there. There's a
There's
lot
a
of pressure
lot.
to be
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Sokka, any of the like ones that we know are going to be on screen for a ton, like Toph or the gosh, why Zuko,
Zuko.
like
Oh, yeah.
I
Dude,
feel like
Zuko was the shit.
dude, I feel like his role probably is going to be the toughest out of any of the child actors,
Yeah.
like because for like Aang, he gets to be like this bubbly personality that has to learn all these techniques and master being the last airbender, or not the last airbender, but the avatar. But when it comes to Zuko, he has to be this like complex, like villain, anti-villain, anti-hero, Batman style role where he has all this drama going on with his family, his sister, his
Mhm.
dad. Um, and he has to balance that while also chasing down the avatar for the first like half of whatever it is. Another thing that kind of concerns me. So we'll revisit Zuko, right? Because I'm sure you have an opinion there too. But pacing. So obviously we got multiple episodes here. Like it's tough to do this series in a movie because there's so much of it. And
Yeah,
I
there's a
hear that they
lot.
got rid of a lot of stuff even just to make it a series. So I wonder how they're going to do this series over time because I assume they want to get multiple seasons out of this too. Like that's
Yes.
another curiosity as well for me. So Zuko, what do you think there? What do you think of pacing?
Um, Pacing, it really has to be on point because there's so much that happens in the first season of Avatar. There's a lot. And I think this show's going to be 8 episodes. Netflix always does the 8 episodes. Zuko, I agree. He has a lot on his plate, and also Zuko is the one that has the most character development. So I
Mm-hmm.
really hope that the actor really shows like the development of Zuko, because at the beginning he's all about the avatar, and then slowly he transcends into something more than that. So character development wise, yeah, this actor is gonna have to be strong for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if it's controversial to say at all because I feel like probably a lot of people feel this way, but like out of the entire Avatar series, I think Zuko is my favorite character.
Oh, dude, he's a lot of people's favorite character. A lot of Every time I talk to an Avatar fan, they say that Zuko was the one that had like the best character development.
Yeah, and
Um,
that's huge. That's huge. Like when I think I always gravitate towards those kind of characters, like Vegeta too. Like I always think is like
mm,
best character development throughout Dragon Ball Z. Easily Vegeta. Like Zuko,
yeah,
best character development when it comes to like the Avatar stuff. So yeah, like I have high expectations because if you're going to do it,
mhm,
I hope that you're going to do it right. Um, Another challenge with child actors, they grow up. So we know this has to be a short series. The max you could probably do out of this is like maybe 3 seasons
mhm.
because if they're going to like match what the show has as far as like their ages and whatnot and their development there, like you can only go so far with that. If we're gonna get to the point where he's taking on the Fire Lord, that probably has to be like season 3, season ender, series ender.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah, because it's gonna look awkward when they're on season 3 and they're all in their 20s and they're all
Yeah, like
completely kids still.
yeah, you can't do that in the same way like Harry Potter, which at least takes place over the course of 7 years. In the series, they make it seem like almost it's a few days, it's a few weeks, like
Yeah,
the
exactly. It's
characters
gonna
don't
look
like
awkward.
age up at all. So like if by like season 2, like Aang has a full beard, 5 o'clock shadow coming in, and his voice cracks, they might be a little fucked. you
Yeah,
know?
that definitely look weird.
Yeah, so that's a tough thing. There is a pressure, there is a timeline pressure for them as far as this goes. I don't know. Dare I say they even recast if stuff like that happens? We'll see. All right. Well, Last Airbender coming out soon. Very excited. Are you excited? Do you think Netflix is going to continue their hot streak coming off One Piece and get this one right as well? What anime adaptation do you anticipate next if this one's successful? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on our social medias. We'll see you next time.